In the year 1997, the future is in chaos and turmoil. Mankind is on the brink of extinction. Brave survivors band together and build a time displacement apparatus to receive a signal from a parallel future. This transmission is the Wundercast.
There's one team that kicks ass. They're assembled. They're the Wundercast. Never back down from the brass. Always start first. Never finish last. Had a mic steam. Been too fast. Oh no, they're out of gas. It's okay there. Just a podcast. They're the greatest. We're the Wundercast.
Welcome to the Wundercast, the official podcast of Wunderblog.com, the home of where I get to let out my Robert Rodriguez fandom. I am your host, Steven, and I am here to introduce my wonderful co-hosts, the they of theys, the best them ever was, the best them ever is, and the hold on, fuck, I can't remember how it goes.
Those, you're
And
not
the-
even replacing
The
pronouns.
the excellence of execution,
The Azaruzuns.
D-Rock, and
What
the,
are we doing?
and the Azerasians.
Azerasians.
We've been doing so many Trump jokes. We've been
It is an election.
the election
year.
is creeping in.
Well, he just keeps them coming. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus
The
Christ.
Azerasians.
Fuck me, man. What?
Also with us is the cohortress of my heart, the chicken nugget, the navigator on our road trip, Dani. How you doing, Dani?
I'm doing good. I wish I had these nails for when we went to Dolly Parton, because then I could have done the Dolly Parton thing.
Bro, I wish you had brought like
Dollywood.
you know a full like one of those like spoon things and just
Yeah.
like set up on a corner and just start singing and then people like leave you tips and then we're rich.
Whee!
We just came back from our road trip and we drove to Pottstown, Pennsylvania,
Yay!
and participated in the Skater Die Film Festival, which showed which exhibited our
Okay,
short
Donald.
film toy vlog hunt. Thanks
It's the
to
biggest film. the
Justin
greatest
Harlan
film.
for programming us. He ran a
Toy
wonderful...
Toy Vlog Hunt is the title?
Yeah, that was what I went with finally.
Toy Hunt vlog.
I thought it was,
You mean Toy Hunt
No,
vlog?
no, it says on the poster Toy Vlog Hunt.
Hunt.
And the
Yes.
hunt's in the blood.
Yeah.
So it's Toy Vlog Hunt. The hunt is the last part because you gotta hide it from the people.
Okay.
The Toy Vlog is first,
Gotcha.
obviously, that's what we're doing first. Then we're hunt. No spoilers. No spoilers. So yeah, we had a great time at the film festival. I talked a little bit, and I have some posters. If anyone wants posters, hit me up online. I will mail you a Toy Vlog Hunt poster if you want one, and you reach out.
Cool, yeah. Okay, I'll take one.
Oh yeah, I gotta give you one. Yeah, reach out.
Yeah, reach out. You reach out.
Reach out. Also, want to plug Ad Infinitum's Patreon. $5 a month.
Making music and
You get the behind the
sometimes-
scenes
Yeah.
of the album as it grows and expands.
Mm-hmm.
FYFF. What?
Oh yeah, the album's gonna be called FYIFF, which stands for "Fuck You, I'm from Florida."
Sexy.
I like that.
Sexy. And Ron DeSantis is gonna send you a cease and desist. Most likely.
Yeah, man. I wish I could get that kind of publicity.
Right? It's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, if you call a song Ron DeSantis sucks
Sucks
you
the
know,
dick.
sucks dick, I think.
Or maybe Ron DeSantis should explode. You might at least get a visit from the...
Right. I'm coming for Ron DeSantis tonight.
audially.
Sarcastic.
Allegedly.
Sir, you're an audio terrorist. We're taking you.
No.
You're on the no-fly list now. Congratulations.
Oh no.
I don't think there's many Unitarian Universalists on the no-fly list, right? So that would be a big
Well, I mean, yeah,
big get.
There's definitely quite a few in the history that have like been arrested. There were some that were targeted by HUAC in the communist witch hunts.
Well,
But yeah.
I also want to have there's going to be a link in the description and for the rest of the year for the Rockstar Roller Derby, which is in control of the Ringing Rocks Roller Rink, where our film was exhibited, and they have a GoFundMe up to make Pottstown skate again, and they are raising money for a new floor and new skates. And it's a great cause that you should support. It's a wonderful third space in the community for all sorts of events and for some kick-ass roller derby.
It's a very lovely place.
So definitely want to shout that out. Let's start the commentary fun while people are excited. We are at the Miramax logo. We're watching The Faculty, and we're starting in 3, 2, fun, boom. And we got our sub-tits on so that we could read the words.
Sub-tits.
Yes.
We start off with a little Offspring. Great way to start a movie. So this film was originally written by David Wechter and Bruce Kimmel.
The story.
The original story, and it was sold to the Weinstein brothers.
Blow dicks, what the fuck?
Was sold to the Weinstein brothers, and after Scream was a success, they wanted Kevin Williamson to rewrite it so that they could advertise it as written by the guy who wrote Scream.
He also, at the time, I think, at the time Dawson's Creek had not yet premiered or was going to premiere, Kevin Williamson was also involved in writing Dawson's Creek, which was
his
the big, huge...
Yeah.
Everything he touched just basically
turned to gold
in 1997, 1998.
I still love the fact that they did a Dawson's Creek Scream episode for Halloween.
Yeah. They also did a Boy Meets World Scream episode. That's how deep the Scream, hit the zeitgeist.
Right.
And this was the Weinsteins trying to, we can make a teen hit movie if we get all the ingredients together.
Would this be a good time for me to bring up that I am not the world's biggest fan of teen horror, to be honest.
Whoa.
I'm really, I mean,
Whoa.
there's a few that, I love. I mean, Scream is obviously, one of the greatest movies ever. But, this one, I liked a little bit more than most. But, I mean, Urban Legend, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Halloween H20 even, I was it's just not... Final Destination I remember liking, but I saw it a long time ago. I've been meaning to rewatch that one.
Well, I think maybe the reason why these don't maybe spring maybe as much for you is I watched all these movies when I was in 7th grade.
Right.
So there's the nostalgia factor of everything that makes me like them a lot.
I feel like I saw some of those I Know What You Did Last Summer. I feel like I liked I Know What You Did Last Summer when I was younger, and then
I always
revisited recently. I think also because I read the book, and the book is so much better.
I always liked teen horror and stuff like this because I don't know. I always felt like they made everybody speak. I like the way that teens speak in the movies. I'm a Buffy person, so I kind of always liked that concept of teenagers talking.
Yeah, and I love a kid solve a mystery.
Yeah.
So a teen solve a mystery.
Especially a Kevin Williamson written teen movie.
I was never a big Dawson's Creek person. I was always a Buffy person.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch his show. I wasn't interested because there wasn't anything supernatural. But I liked this because there was something supernatural. I also had a major crush on Josh Hartnett. So, yeah.
Well, apparently...
His haircut in this movie...
Apparently, when Josh Hartnett was cast...
It's terrible.
In this,
who did he piss off in the hair department?
When Josh Hartnett was cast in this movie, he apparently... they recorded his audition, and he, like, barely knew the lines. All the pages he was reading were, like, jumbled up, so it was, like, out of order. And he, like, gave his audition... And he left the room, and Robert Rodriguez was like, he's the person to cast for this movie. And everyone was like, Robert, you're crazy. This guy can barely act. And he's like, that is the coolest dude we have seen. And the whole point of this character is to be cool. And that guy is just effortlessly cool.
Yeah.
Like, he's the character.
Yeah.
And I think that's really one of the, like, the elements of this movie that stands out the most.
Yeah.
Is the cast is so good. And they all, like, play their parts so well. Like, we're not even at a Jordana Brewster part, but this is Jordana Brewster's first movie, and this is probably her greatest acting role ever in her entire career.
I don't disagree.
I also, every time I see Robert Patrick in another movie, I'm like, man, it kind of sucks that he had to be so stoic in T2, because...
Yeah.
He's like, man, his fucking
fun,
fucking character in Double Dragon, oh my god. He's so unhinged in that movie. It's delightful.
So when this movie came out, it actually underperformed for what they wanted. But that was because I think it's because they released it during Christmas, and we still were at a time where people weren't expecting to watch horror movies for Christmas and all these kinds of things like that. But it's obviously... It was still, like, it still made money, and then it obviously has become such a huge cult. Like, cult. I don't even know, people use cult too much nowadays. I think that word is overused. I don't know if cult is the right word versus, like, newfound, like, renewed appreciation.
I think it is. It's just that it's weird to say that about a studio horror movie, but it is a cult favorite. Yeah. Like, it didn't do that well, and, like, now it has, like, a small but devoted following. Like, that's a cult.
My following to this was very devoted, and yeah, I actually wrote fan fiction for this movie.
Oh shit!
Yes, I did.
Shit! For who? For what?
I mean, guess the most problematic ship in the whole movie, and
what?
Guess the
Sorry, I'm trying to like.
Just say
I was like, I thought an alien was by the window. I was like, what?
That's where your mind went.
I don't know. I'm like, what are you looking at? A bug? What's going on? All right.
So
think of the most problematic ship in this movie, and you can guess who I wrote fanfiction for, and you can guess exactly.
The lesbian?
That was not the most problematic ship.
There's a problematic ship.
Yeah.
The coach, and I don't know. I don't. My brain doesn't think like that. My brain isn't wired like that. I don't know what the problematic thing is.
Okay.
Was the coach fucking Josh Hartnett? Like
Josh Hartnett was trying to fuck somebody that he shouldn't.
Trying to fuck the coach?
Yes, Steven.
I don't know.
In 1998.
He's a hot coach.
He was trying to fuck the coach. What famous hot
Elijah
actress?
Wood?
What famous hot actress is in this movie?
Jordana
Not
Brewster?
Jordana Brewster.
Bro, why you giving me a quiz here?
Because I can't believe...
Why are you quizzing me? Why can't you just give me the answers to the questions I seek? I don't understand.
No, I won't. I'm making you...
Clea Duvall? No. Like, I don't understand,
No, you're so
Salma Hayek?
No.
Okay, so you're not writing anything
Okay, so how many times have you actually watched this movie?
Famke Janssen?
Yes.
Okay, there's a lot of actresses in this movie. I want to fuck like 3 people before I get to Famke Janssen.
How many times have you actually watched this movie?
Yeah, I thought
me? I check in with this movie like every
So then
every
how is
5
that
to 10
not
years.
in your mind, the student-teacher relationship, not the most inappropriate relationship here?
I don't know. I went with the coach. I went with the coach, man. What the fuck?
Amazing.
I'm progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Pink Pony Club for the coach.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but in 1998, they were not progressive like that. They were not going to make it a
Speaking of being progressive, I think we need to keep in mind and remember the Steven is somebody pissing or shitting in this movie test.
The Steven... I'm going with the Steven rubric. That's the rubric. That sounds
Did someone piss
classy.
or shit? I guess someone did. Did they?
Well, they do drugs, so that's one bodily function.
Yeah.
That's a bodily function.
I suppose like breathing air.
Yeah, air, breathe smoke, bodily function.
I don't know what this haircut was.
Okay, so
I almost feel like Josh Hartnett did that to himself.
He did. He was cutting his hair like this.
Of course.
And it pissed off everyone making this movie and the people making Halloween H2O. But he felt that his character would do this. And so he purposefully inflicted this on us.
Awesome.
But he's so cool, he pulls it off.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And
what's so funny is Clea Duvall is someone who, if you were ever surprised that woman was a lesbian,
no matter
the least surprising lesbian that's ever lesbian.
It's crazy how no matter what you do to this woman, you can't not make her not look like a lesbian.
She's gay. She's very gay.
And eventually they were just like, okay, let's stop trying to make her look like anything other than a lesbian in every movie.
It's in the IMDb trivia. Clea Duvall is a lesbian actress playing a heterosexual girl pretending to be a lesbian to scare off people.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
It's just so funny to Clea Duvall, least surprising lesbian ever.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
that's fucked up. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, so
that's horrifying.
He's the ultimate nerd. That's what nerds get. They get their nuts destroyed. No, we cannot let these nerds procreate.
Hey, look, that other girl was wearing crochet.
Whoa,
See, crochet. Granny square tops, baby.
Damn.
You still have to color your eyes.
So, did the alien, purposefully appropriate a southern accent?
Trigger warning, Danny Masterson's face coming up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Rapist incarnate, Danny Masterson.
Oh, God.
He was used a few times in these. He was in Dracula 2000.
He was in a lot of teen movies.
He was a part of the Weinstein teen boy stable.
Mm-hmm.
How ironic. Rapist hiring rapists. The layers. But I love that this school is it feels so real. It's so it's not trying to be glossy. A California high school.
Mm-hmm. It's a small town high school.
It's a small town. The high school's run down, and they show you that they spent all the money on the football team.
Right.
Because that's what the town cares about.
So, interestingly enough, Kevin Williamson was supposed to direct this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted to do his own other movie, Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
Probably because this is just a rewrite he did. He wanted to get more ownership
and
of
so
it.
they gave it to Robert Rodriguez. And I think Robert Rodriguez is a huge reason why
it's Kruger.
This movie works this way and probably influenced the production design. He probably helped be like, hey, I want gritty high school. I don't want clean high school. I don't want fancy high school, I want dirty, under budget, got budget problems, got building problems.
Selma Hayek. If Selma Hayek was my school nurse, I would have a stomach ache. Every goddamn day.
It's so crazy how many, famous people are in this movie.
Yeah.
They used to be able to put a bunch of them in a movie.
Yeah, they used to.
Right.
They used
without having to pay them $50 million.
Right. Yeah.
It's so yeah.
Oh no, Harry!
Oh no, the trigger warning! Oh God!
Damn, another sexual predator.
Oh
Fuck.
God!
God damn. So apparently Harry Knowles, when he was on this movie, he spoke to Elijah Wood, and Elijah Wood was auditioning for the Lord of the Rings. And he was telling Elijah Wood how he had to be in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, snap. So without Harry Knowles, Elijah Wood
wouldn't have jumped in so deep.
Might not have jumped in so deep.
Yeah. But granted, if Harry Knowles told you something, would you really listen to it?
Yeah, you're alright.
Yeah, I don't want to follow your life advice, sir.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, he mentioned taking a piss just now.
Oh, there you go.
I love that. That's such an interesting little, like, creepy detail about people who are, like, slug-brained. Is that they have to, like, drink so much water for some reason.
What I enjoy is that they immediately get better fashion. And their hair. Right. They do their hair, and it looks really good, and they get sexy. I always love when evil aliens make you just sexy.
Or being evil makes in Hellraiser as she becomes more beautified as she's killing people.
But it's such an interesting thing because the head alien doesn't feel the need to be sexy, or at least is downplaying sexiness, right? But all the people possessed are like, I gotta take my tits out. I gotta take my clothes off.
Well, maybe it's they must be studying our culture to be able to linguistically adapt us. So they're trying to confuse us with horniness. I think.
Maybe, sure.
The same way
Look, is this going Steven's metric? No. Yeah. Calluses? No, sorry, I thought we were talking about something else.
No, just masturbating.
Uh-huh.
Is masturbating a bodily function?
Yes.
I think so. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 you won.
Ding. But the
so
piss
it's
the
bodily functions. That's
well, it's because it's reality. Okay. Most movies, you just stick with the plot. And it's come on. When do they breathe?
I just rewatched It Follows. Somebody pees in that movie.
Yeah.
Really? That passes the Steven rubric?
Yeah. Look, no. And it's a plot device because he misses what happens behind him, and then he continues to not believe them about what's going on.
Exactly.
I guess I'll have to accept It Follows.
Steven does not like It Follows, and I don't understand.
I think you need
to revisit it. It just annoys me.
He's tried. I've rewatched it several times, and every time he's like, man.
Oh, it's so...
What it is more than anything, it's that, Wait, we're watching fucking... The fact that...
we should watch the movie.
I'm not going to talk about my nitpicks with It Follows right now. Jordana Brewster's acting, and she can do it once.
What I always love about... Another reason why I like teen horror movies or teen shows is that because they're teen shows, especially in the late 90s, 2000s, they're really... Because of Scream and stuff like that, they were really about exploring metatextual ideas of teen tropes and subverting them. So that's another reason why I really love The Faculty, because it definitely did that.
Yeah.
And it threw together the Misfit Gang, which was also very Buffy, because that threw together the Misfit Gang. Of people to solve a crisis. So maybe I just like this because it reminded me a lot of Buffy.
Well,
and I just love Buffy a lot.
Did you know that Cordelia, aka Charisma Carpenter, turned down a role in this movie? She was asked to play Delilah.
Damn,
and she thought it was too close to Cordelia.
It is too close to Cordelia.
And so she turned it down. She didn't want to get typecast.
She would have just been Cordelia. She's right. She was right.
She made the right decision.
She made the right call.
What is wrong with this guy?
The only thing I could have think is they could have been able to promote this movie as the star of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charisma Carpenter, and that could have helped them sell it, I guess. But
wait, she's playing a heterosexual.
Pretending to be a lesbian.
As you do.
Because she ends up hooking up with the jock. Which to me screams heteronormative performative, but whatever.
No, Danny, it's just that he's so cool.
Yeah.
He can turn any lesbian straight because he has super cool alpha male power.
No, I think
and that's why at the end of the movie, spoilers, he joins the football team because he was secretly an alpha the entire time.
That's also what's so funny about woke bullshit, all that new shit now, is that I, as an actual devourer of all of this teen content in this time period, there was always someone that was overtly probably fucking gay that they forced into heterosexuality because they were we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do it. And Buffy was the first time where they were they didn't when it was okay, Willow is gay now. Willow is a lesbian. Willow is in love with Tara. It was done. And they fought for that. You know what I mean? And that was the first time that fucking happened. But most of these shows, there was always a character. There's a reason why so many queer people my age or even younger rediscovering these shows or whatever always were identifying with certain characters because it was the subtext was subtext. and it was there, and you, even if it wasn't there, you could find it there, probably because some of these characters were meant to be gay, or others, and they were not allowed to be. Like, literally, like, we're told, you're not doing that, you can't make it work. Everybody's got to end up boy, girl, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So...
I mean, that's why the queer community latched onto the Scream movies so much, too. Like, there's so many characters.
So you're telling me they need to remake The Faculty.
But what I'm saying is, when they make new shows now, and they just decide not to make that queer character that would have been subtextually queer, just make them openly queer. They're like, they've woke it up. I'm like, baby, you just weren't paying attention. In the 90s and 2000s, these characters were screaming to get out of the closet, and they couldn't.
And now that would be fucking queerbait.
Yeah.
And they would get chased out of town for that.
Yeah.
Instead of being chased.
I like this. He's so good. He really is. He's amazing. Elijah Wood is such a baby face in this movie.
Also, I love that this movie continues like this late 90s trope of like the scariest thing in the world is a Texas football coach.
Yeah.
Like, it's in Varsity Blues.
It's true.
Yep.
It's like the greatest villain would be a southern white male who's in control of all of these young
men
who just are hopped up on testosterone.
Mm-hmm. Oh my. That's
So
is that
Sarah Michelle Gellar was also offered a role in the film, and she turned it down as well.
Because again,
probably because I think more likely
like
the Buffy schedule.
Possibly,
probably didn't let them do it.
But I also think this is a lot like Buffy, okay?
But
bunch of misfit teens, from disparate cliques, find each other and have to solve a mystery in their school that could end the world. The end.
It's the Breakfast Club with
exactly.
But this is such a great mixing of genres because you have the Breakfast Club, you have the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's this, and then you also have, I guess, a little bit of The Usual Suspects because you get like.
Oh, and then you also have like The Thing with like not knowing who to trust.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
You know, it's a melting pot of nerdiness.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Stewart ended his acting career. He felt that he couldn't hack it.
Jon Stewart's character name is Professor Edward Furlong.
Ohio! This isn't even the South!
What? This is Texas.
He said this is Ohio!
I thought this was Texas.
No! Oh my god, I told you. This is Ohio. He just said this is Ohio.
But they shot it in Texas.
I don't care that they shot it in Texas. That's just because Robert Rodriguez lives there.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know who fucked that up?
Steven.
No, you know who fucked that up?
Oh. Google?
No, your boy Kevin Williamson fucked it up. If the movie's being shot in Texas, why the fuck are you gonna call it Ohio?
Because they can call it whatever they want.
I don't know why they... Yeah.
But it's clearly a Texas story.
Is it?
What? Yes, it's about how Texas football. It has the whole atmosphere.
They also are pretty big on football in Ohio.
Yeah.
Who's ever heard of an Ohio football team? Come on. Do they even play college football? Come on.
You're just fucking with people now.
So his character name, like I was trying to say before, you just have to...
ruin your life?
Ruin my life. And we should just stop watching this movie.
Seriously, just cut it out.
And just watch a movie about Texas. Fuck this.
Let's watch Texas Chainsaw.
Jon Stewart's character name is Edward Furlong.
What?
Whoa. Yes. Like the actor, Eddie Furlong, who played John Connor, who was menaced by a T-1000, played by Robert Patrick.
I'm also going to say that in this effect still looks great.
Yeah,
I think
that's pretty...
all the monsters and creatures in this movie still look fantastic.
The ending...
No, I
don't know if it still holds up.
It still holds up.
The
ending holds up. Sorry, the puppet. They use the puppet.
Works. So,
CGI works better underwater too. Like in the abyss, like that CGI looks so good. But I think it's easier when it's like
It wasn't easier
through
when they
the
made
distorted
the
lens of the water. It's easier to make it look. Oh shit!
All he said was "God damn it." It's not really that bad.
Yeah, well, he also burst out of the water, like freaking out.
Yeah, but they made it seem like
there's
he said a curse
blood.
word.
Well, there's bleeding.
He's bleeding.
That's what people do.
And the alien.
That's what people do. Yeah.
The alien creature
Very
that they
normal.
discovered is weird.
Whoa, yeah, that was cool. The way.
So
And he's apparently the coach of everything.
Yeah, he's
the water team, the swimming team.
The water team.
Shut up. The swimming team, the football team.
yeah, and he does baseball. Then sports are in different seasons.
Oh.
So one coach can coach many things.
Can he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but did we just fast forward 3 months? I don't think so.
Exactly.
But you gotta keep the swim team on practicing all year long if they want to be champions.
But why don't they have a swimming coach? I think this is budget cuts.
God, his eyes
What do you mean this is budget cuts?
It's budget cuts!
This is good charactership.
I'm telling you, I don't think that a high school would have a football coach and a swimming coach be the same person if they didn't have to. Swimming and football are two different sports.
Yeah, I get it, but one man can do it all.
At the end of the day, this is done to get more Robert Patrick into the movie, so can we really complain about this?
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I'm trying to explain it through the storyline and that they're broke. It's a broke-ass school.
Oh, I get you. I thought you meant the Weinsteins are broke.
I meant in the movie, the school is all downrun and they're broke. They only got one coach.
Here's Usher, who even though he's not really a part of the gang in the movie, he is featured prominently on the poster.
Because he sold it.
Because he's Usher, bro.
Yeah, because he's Usher.
He's not here because he can act. He's here to be Usher.
I actually think he did a really good job in this movie. For a role that he had, I feel like he belonged in the film and he played a jock and he did it well, and I think.
If I'm remaking The Faculty, I'm bringing Usher back
as a teacher.
As one of the teachers, right?
Watch this.
And then you set up the rule that you can't have a Faculty movie without Usher in it.
Whoa, he's gonna be 80.
He's got to be doing this for the rest of his life, just doing bad horror sequels to The Faculty.
No, they should never try to remake this. Yeah. They will never do it justice.
Shower scene, you love it.
So, Robert Rodriguez originally, he didn't like...
What is with those toes? Did you see those?
She got hammer toes.
What the fuck?
That happens if you wear a lot of heels during the night.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a...
Damn, they're it's that second one that's just all long. Scrunched up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
happens.
So Robert Rodriguez didn't like the title, The Faculty. Because he thought that it made the movie sound boring. Because nobody wants to go see a movie about your professors. And he wanted to call the movie either Alienated or The Others.
Oh,
and then years later, they ended up... The Weinsteins made a movie called The Others.
Yeah, starring Nicole Kidman.
Shit, that's cool.
And so he was pissed because he told them that was like a shit title, and then they ended up using it.
What the fuck?
I don't know if it works for this, even though, The Faculty kind of doesn't really explain anything about this movie. It could be about anything.
I like Alienated. That's a cool
Alienated is pretty cool.
I like The Faculty. I feel like it gives it a mystique of mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's you know that the problem's gonna be the faculty, but you're kind of how are they gonna be the problem? Are they gonna just be possessed by demons or serial killers?
They don't just need to drink shitloads of water.
They need to be
be immersed in water.
Yeah. The aliens from an aquatic planet.
Yeah, maybe you should have invaded a coastal community
and
not fucking Ohio.
I again feel that way too.
What the fuck?
It should have been Texas.
I think that the reasoning for the alien was they wanted to start somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. But there's coastal communities.
That's true.
It just seems ironic that the aliens in this movie and the aliens of Signs both have aquatic weaknesses and yet choose the most landlocked locations.
No. Aquatic stuff isn't her weakness, it's her strength. So she's smart to have come to Earth. It's 70% water.
Sure, but don't go to the part of Earth where you gotta stand in the sprinklers to get rejuvenated.
But no, she doesn't have to. It's the drones that have to.
Okay.
She's fine. So it's her drones. So no matter
so
where...
she doesn't give a fuck about needing water.
No, she hasn't... No, she never makes it apparent.
But she jumps in the pool.
She does jump in the pool because she transforms into the big monster.
But doesn't she need to jump in the pool?
No, she doesn't. She can contain herself. The only thing she can't do is digest the diuretic. That's the problem for her, is ingesting the diuretic.
I'm so turned on right now. I didn't know you had so much lore.
I told you I love this movie!
Meanwhile, the flirtations are going on.
Oh, I wonder what fan fiction I wrote about. I wonder why I was so into this.
Perfect. Steven's turned on.
Jerky boy and
Famke
nerdy
Janssen's
teacher. I didn't even give a fuck about the age group. Even though she would be the predator because she's the teacher. I didn't care because I felt the power dynamic was switched.
What if I get the Josh Hartnett haircut for Halloween? We recreate this for Halloween.
Oh,
Lord. You want me to be Famke Janssen?
Let's go.
Her hair isn't great either, let's be real.
That's nobody's hair. The only person whose hair is great in this movie is Jordana Brewster's. She's got perfect hair.
She's the only one with like normal bangs. Everyone else got
I would almost like ask if that's a wig because it's so beautiful. Like it's lustrous and like the bangs are perfection.
Especially when she's standing next to Elijah
fucking like messy choppy
front
hair,
curls and shit.
Look at her hair. Her hair is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh shit! Wiley Wiggins is in this movie. Who's he playing?
Who's Wiley Wiggins?
He's the kid from Dazed and Confused, who's also in Waking Life.
You can be such a what? You're not being a first grade bitch.
Whoa.
It's true.
Oh my god, that face she
do it, Casey. Do it.
So
do
hot.
it, Casey.
Do it. Hit on her, Casey.
And I really loved Jordana Brewster in this movie because she looks like she could be a teenage girl, but she's also still got like she's like she looks like a popular teenager. She really does fit that stereotype of like that beautiful teenage girl that like people would look up to and be like, oh my god, she's so pretty.
Yeah, for sure.
But she doesn't look like she's 25 trying to be a teenage girl, even though she probably was in her 20s when she made this movie.
I think she was still a teen.
Really? Was she a teenager?
I think this is legitimate. Teen powers.
She was...
When was she born? Is she
18.
our age?
She was 18.
Oh, she was... Okay, so then there you go.
Yeah, and this is her film debut.
So she's only a few years older than us.
Which is really sad for her. I'm sorry that your film debut was in a Weinstein movie, baby.
Well,
18 years old.
Let's hope that they left her alone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, unless people speak out, we'll never know. Let's hope they left her alone. That's all I hope. I think about that so many times too, like how many of these actresses, like young actresses, kind of like struggled with their career after this shit. Did they have to deal with it? And a lot of them have, some of them haven't spoken out because they haven't wanted to.
Right.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
They just don't want to put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I feel about it is, at least, I hope Robert Rodriguez seems to have a pretty good set. Like, I have never seen anybody complain about his set, so, like, I feel like I would hope at least he would protect people.
It's kind of incredible that they were able to make Salma Hayek this. I mean, she's still hot.
Well, no, this is
about as unattractive as you could possibly
try to make her. They put her hair up. She doesn't have makeup on, like, in that way.
She has a cold the whole time.
Yeah.
Robert really wanted to show her range, that she wasn't just a sex.
I mean, especially after From Dusk Till Dawn. This is like right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what's funny is
that holds up for sure.
People,
look at that. That looks badass.
Didn't trust that she could be
an
American star. So there's like there's like a hidden Robert Rodriguez movie that no one ever talks about called Road Racers that was like made for like CBS that stars David Arquette and Salma Hayek as like 50s like greaser romance.
Nice.
And so, like, every role Robert tried to always portray her, like, never give her the same role twice, you know?
Because she's such a good actress. Yeah. She really is. And it's...
Nice.
So the high school that they're filming
and I
in...
love the stylistic choices that you can tell are like totally Robert really add so much to like this movie and the scariness of this movie.
That's the one thing when I watched this movie, I was like, man, if this wasn't directed by Robert Rodriguez, it would suck ass.
Yes, it's super true. I think that's another reason why I liked it, because it didn't look like even other movies. You're like, I know what you did last summer. I think this movie's way better than that. Like, I enjoy it, but it's very teeny. It's very, like, the way it's filmed is very, like, it only has, like, iconic moments, you know, just because of, like, Jennifer Love Hewitt and whatever. But it's so, you know. And
it's very much like what we were talking about at the beginning. The Weinsteins trying to like make a teen movie.
Yeah,
that's
but
how
like
I know you're feeling.
I feel like Robert and Kevin Williamson took this and tried to elevated it in a way, and like they respected it. They were like, we're gonna make this. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be this. And I think that they at least, you know, gave it the due that it deserved.
Well, I think this movie more, since there's the entire school backdrop,
oh my God,
is so important to the thing, it lends itself more to like, you know, the natural film reverence.
This police officer's also obviously a lesbian.
Oh my God, is that cop, the black cop, is he from Scream 2?
Yes. I think so. Dwayne Martin?
I believe he is.
I think so. Yes, he is. Scream 2, 1997.
Nailed it.
You nailed it.
No.
His dad too. He's in a bunch of stuff. But
oh yeah,
I remember him
Shooter
from
McGavin.
SLC Punk.
Christopher McDonald is his name.
SLC Punk is a really cool movie.
Super underrated movie.
I
love that movie.
You've never seen SLC Punk? Oh my God, that's like one of the 90s indie classics.
Sometimes
we gotta get you
Matthew
caught up.
Lillard annoyed me.
Well,
sorry, I liked him in Scream, but sometimes he.
If you like him in Scream, I feel like you'll like him in this.
I kind of want to rewatch it to reanalyze it from like my modern perspective.
Yeah.
Because some people say the ending is like kind of controversial for them, because the whole movie is about how he's like celebrating this punk ethos, and then the movie ends with him like conforming and going to Harvard and stuff. So
well, way to give it away. Okay.
It's not fucking Hamlet.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, right. But it's a cool movie.
That's one of my favorite all-time movies. So it was very formative. He's in no. He's something else.
Also, his parents were so mean.
It's kind of weird how similar this office looks to like a police precinct in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Like standard police precinct.
It looks like they filmed this in a place where they usually film. Yeah.
Just some kid looking for some attention.
Let's go.
Other than too, I really love the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers, so maybe I also just really like this because I like the trope.
That's a cool, that little part there where he, like, his eyes go glazed over and you're like, is he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a bad Body Snatchers movie. I think they're all kind of, like, entertaining. You know?
That one with Nicole Kidman was kind of sucked.
No, but Daniel Craig's really good in it.
It was kind of boring.
I liked it.
It was alright.
I liked it. I'm a sucker. I like getting snatched. Someone should make a Body Snatcher movie called Snatched, and it's just about a bunch of drag queens.
Mm-hmm.
How they got body snatched.
I think that a universal theme of paranoia in the face of trusting humanity is always kind of effective, you know?
Yeah.
Cheezer. He's a huge Cheezer fan.
He's a huge Cheezer fan.
Are they Weezer? No, it's Cheezer.
Is that like a Weezer parody?
I gotta think so. It says Cheezer beef? What does it say?
Cheezer. Now I'm just looking at the back posters. Oh, look at... Yeah, they're like, take away his porn, but leave all his photos of Jordana Brewster on there.
Yeah, of course.
Our son is a pervert. But at least he's a straight pervert.
That's all that matters.
God bless him.
They're the worst parents. Like, they're the biggest dicks in the world. He's got a straight A student. He's part of the journalism club. He's a part of his school. And yet, one time you think that he's making something up, and you're like, oh, that's it. Let's fuck him up.
Take away
everything. It's so, like, these parents are so oppressive. They're worse. They have no trust in their child whatsoever.
No more flogging the bishop.
Yeah. Like, this is fucked, right? Like, there's no trust here. And I know that's specifically for the movie because they wanted all these kids to feel isolated. Like, they couldn't trust their parents. But it's like...
They're alienated.
It's still...
Damn, he's got a
man,
Mac
look at that rig, bro.
Yeah.
He's got a Mac that he deconstructed because he's such a nerd.
He's such a nerd, baby.
What if his computer parts were, like, outside?
What I love is for all these kids in middle America who apparently had, like, these roofs underneath their bedrooms.
Whoa.
So they could just climb off the roof. We don't have that in Florida. We just die.
I never once snuck out through a window in
my whole fucking life.
Well, I never really had to, but...
We also can't in Florida because we have screens on all of our windows. Right. There is no sneaking out.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get right into the mosquito door. What there is in Florida is staying out later than you're supposed to, and then trying to sneak in through the front door. That's the sneak in, the Florida thing.
I could never do that because we've always had a house alarm, so it's like it starts going off. Not going off, but like.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't care, so I was good.
My
son didn't care, but like she let me. He
like he's an honor student, and they can't even trust him.
But he's in lame-ass journalism. He's gonna join the fake news media. What the fuck?
His dad's like,
Why can't you join the ROTC like a man?
In modern times, his dad is now like a super Trumper, probably.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it's just like the woke agenda. The worst parents. Boo.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is also that day is past now, but this also works for If You Dare, because there's drugs.
If You Dare, yeah.
What is the drug that he's like peddling?
He makes a diuretic. It's like a stimulant.
It's like a methamphetamine.
Oh, that's right.
It's not meth. It's a cheap speed equivalent. Like upper.
He's the like good at science jock.
Yeah.
True.
No, he's not a jock. He's a slacker.
Oh,
but he's good at science. Yeah. He's the
and he's good at cars.
He's the trope that's like the kid that if he applied himself he'd be a genius, but he just prefers to do drugs and fuck around.
Also
like everyone in this
he's
room.
Like
no.
he's like supposedly like low.
Like everyone where
in this room.
Yeah.
Well, he's supposedly like low income, no? Like that's why he's like trying to make money.
Yeah.
Like he's like from not a well-off family compared to everyone else.
She implies that his parents don't give a fuck about him, and that they're like always. I think they're absentee parents, and that's kind of part of what it is. It's like they're absentee parents. A lot of these people. One of the reasons why they all come together as the shit goes wrong is that they all kind of have shitty parents. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ultimate bonding experience.
Yeah, everyone's got shitty parents.
I love that there's that great line from Mindhunter where they're talking about absent fathers, and they're like, aren't all fathers absent in some way? It's like, yeah, true. Even if they're there, they're like somewhere else.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a stereotype, obviously, but...
It says do not use, but then you're just going to use it, but who fixed it, guys? Who fixed it?
Maybe it's... I don't know.
Who fixed it? I enjoy that they have a sign. You saw that next to the water that said the floggings will continue until morale improves. Someone did a nice print out of that.
Nice.
Is that from Monty Python?
No, I don't think it's...
I think it's just from something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a bumper sticker saying kind of thing.
I always find it so interesting how this like alien girl is like really into like I'm gonna matchmake. Oh, is there a Confederate flag behind them?
No.
Is that a Civil War poster?
It's okay for there to be. They're teaching about the Civil War.
Okay, got it.
It's not like a.
No, I know. It's not like a celebration.
It's literally next to the Union flag.
Yeah. I just found that interesting.
And also, why would there be a Confederate flag in Ohio?
Why?
There's no racism in Ohio.
What?
Was Ohio part of the Confederacy?
What? No.
No, but a lot
They're
of
just
the
racist
black.
as fuck.
A lot of.
Well, yeah. So is Boston. I mean.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
Yes.
They're eating the pets.
I mean, that's the great thing about the end of the Civil War is all the racists from the South could move up to the North.
Yay!
Because there weren't any before in the North.
Yeah, totally.
North didn't have any at all.
Nothing.
That's what this movie's missing. These aliens should be eating cats and dogs.
Oh my lord.
Okay. I thought you were going to say they should be racist.
What?
She's not racist. She's inclusive. Everyone will inclusively get a slug in their brain. Inclusively.
Her fucking freckles, bro. Oh my god, I could just die. I have a thing for freckles, sorry.
No, yeah. Freckles
I'm getting horny on the main, it's okay.
This actor, I always forget his name, but we could literally do a...
Daniel Van Bergen?
Bangen or something like that? We could do a Bunda Halloween-a-thon day
just
on horror movies that he's in.
I think we should.
He's got a deep roster.
We should do like an unsung.
We could do that for next year for our.
We could do days icons. With like horror icons, unsung horror icons.
Because he's in a lot.
Yeah.
He's in a lot. Period.
Yeah.
Also,
I always know him as Kruger from Seinfeld, but. Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
I love
Lord of Illusions. Oh, he's so good in that.
I love the way Josh Hartnett's character, like, he, like, moves like a shark through the frame. Like, he, like, leans, and it's almost like he's, like, swimming towards people.
It's almost like it's the horniest thing you've ever seen, and you fall in love with him. I know.
That's like, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, that story about Robert Rodriguez, I'll bet you anything.
Yeah.
He didn't even pay attention to what he was saying. He saw him walk in the room.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's the guy.
That's the guy. And he's fucking right. See, Robert Rodriguez is a man after my heart. He knows, like, that guy makes me horny. All right, putting him in the movie.
You see all these panties in the room? All these panties are wet right now.
That's that motherfucker. And Josh Hartnett's not a bad actor. He just probably had a bad audition, but he saw the potential. So
well, he's been set up. He's kind of worked against it. Mm-hmm. But he got set up to be a horror movie icon. He's the son of Laurie Strode. And then he does this movie, like, back to back. Like, if he wanted to, he could have done horror movies for 20 years.
When did he fix the gap between his teeth? Sad. I love that little gap in his teeth.
I want to say it was mid-2000s.
Yeah, he definitely fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad. You shouldn't have fixed it, Josh. It was cute.
Maybe he had to, or he would explode. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, I guess.
That notice why people don't spontaneously
combust. Why is she suddenly wearing glasses? Is she in disguise?
Yeah, because she couldn't do her makeup that day, so that's like her in disguise look. Yeah. She always wears contacts every single day. That's her version of looking nerdy.
Oh, God.
Look at me, I'm now a hot model wearing glasses. Oh my God, what's happened to her? She's so ugly.
That's what I feel about, what was that movie with fucking Rachel Leigh Cook? She's all that?
Yeah.
So, how ugly is she with those glasses on?
But that's what's great about those movies. It's like, it's not even about that. It's about, like, the other stuff. But yeah, it's always
it's a film language thing, you know? Like, that's, like, you can't, like, cast an ugly person in that role.
Like someone would,
You can't, like, you wouldn't know. It has to, and, like, I think about this a lot, like, how attractive every single person in most movies I see are, and how that's by design, and, like, and it makes me want to watch them. Like it has the intended effect.
Know you like
of
to stare at pretty people.
People like looking at these people. Like that's
they're
just
good
how it works. You know, like Sydney Sweeney's gonna have jobs forever because she's a good actor. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that.
To me, though, it's like I also feel like, especially in the teen genre, it's such a matter of like the looks, because it was all about aspirational ideas for younger people, like in our age group and whatever. She got oh my god, she's got those 90s tiny bangs. Sarah Michelle Gellar and both Cordelia, I swear to God, they all succumbed to these tiny bangs. The tiny bangs were like such the Betty Page bangs were such a thing. And I love how that's her hot look. Like before she had nice soft bangs that were flamed to the side of her face. Now it's harsh bondage lady bangs.
It doesn't look horrible just because it has a part. Because like ones that don't have the part.
On her. It's a very hard bang to pull off.
I'm just saying that exact same thing with the same thing all the way across. Like I don't understand why people do that to their heads.
Because they want to look a certain way. I think it just depends on who you are, but it's a very hard bang to pull off. They also helped offset it because if you notice, the back of her hair is teased. So it's puffy. Mm-hmm. So they gave her height up here, not too much, just enough, so that the bang gets offset. Mm-hmm. She also has this beautiful, strong-jawed face that like just can pull shit off because she's fancy dancing and she's fucking hot as shit.
For sure.
And look how horny he got for that. She's like, oh, she got some back. No, see, his little tiny brain was just like rewired. Like, oh shit, I never thought this teacher could fucking like make me feel like that.
So in your fic,
he's such a little slut.
Did they get married? What happened?
No! I didn't, it's like an unfinished fic. They were gonna like fuck in the room. They were gonna fuck in the classroom. That's what I was like.
It reminds me of that part at the end of Onyx where he's like, so by join together you mean get married? And she goes, fuck! Oh, well, fuck, okay.
They probably, in my young age, they probably would have ended up getting married because I was like a schmoopy, like, romance. But I didn't like to write that stuff a lot either. Like, I never was like, even from my, see, people should have known that I never wanted fucking kids. Because, like, my number one thing, like, I would write sometimes in fics, I thought that's what people wanted to see, is like, oh, then they have kids. But, like, most of my fics, never, I was like, blech, why, who cares? Like, marriage? Yeah, sure. Like, get married and they have a wedding. But, like, no, like, kids, I was never like, let's have kids. But some people always wrote that. Like, their number one dream was to always write, then they got together, and they had kids, and they had babies, and they had 5 babies, and all the babies' names were other cute names, and they loved to come up with names of the babies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is your one chance
to
create new characters from the thing. And his sporty side was lived on by Jodadiah.
Yeah.
No, and his nerdy side was taken over by Jeffrey.
And I'm sure they do that. I don't know how much that is now. They probably do. Like you would get to the point where people would write a fanfic with the established characters, and they would have them have kids. Those kids would grow up, and then they would write fic about those kids.
No.
So you would have a whole universe that you created.
Off of the bones
of the last thing. And of course, your favorite characters were always in the background, but then they became parents. And they were like, then they wrote them in the parental figure.
You're on that adventure we were on, aren't you?
Yeah, and then they would like tell stories about like, oh, well, when I was with your mother, ha ha ha. And it was always like ways to just retell the story. But I'm telling you, that was like a huge thing, at least in my time. I'm sure, I don't know on AO3, at least not in the fandoms I'm in right now, I don't know how much that is a big thing. But back in the day, that was like the thing.
It was the beginning of the Misfits clique.
With all the all the CW shows, we were so into that shit. What I kind of enjoy is that the one person they all have in common is Casey. Like, because Casey does the journalism, right? Mm-hmm. And Casey's friends with her, even, like
in secret, because she can't be seen with the likes of him.
Yeah, but like they're kind of like
that's also such a trope.
Yeah, but like Casey's the one that connects all of them.
Mm-hmm. So the most friendless person is the one who has the most friends?
Because they all interact with him.
Stylish glasses.
I know, they are very stylish glasses. They all interact with him in different ways, you know? So, like, because he takes pictures of the jocks, that's why the jock knows him, and she knows him because she works for the newspaper, and then, you know, obviously he's secret friends with her, and then, Josh Hartnett just, like, is the troublemaker, so he knows everybody.
Look at the way he fucking moves.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hot. Oh, my God. Like, I'm sorry. What?
We don't want to make smoking cool.
What morons?
Josh, stop it.
Stop it, Josh.
Stop it.
What morons were in that casting room with Robert Rodriguez and goes, ugh, he was terrible. You fools! You almost ruined everything. You almost ruined
there was
everything.
A lot.
And oh my God, he has the fucking teenage hot boy neck.
Yeah.
That fucking long ass neck.
That long,
oh my God.
Neck. No one else could have hair that ugly and still catch my eye. I'm telling you, it's insane how it's like you're sitting there going, but his hair is so bad, but you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck.
It almost makes him hotter because he just doesn't give a fuck what his hair looks like.
A lot of really talented people, a lot of really attractive people auditioned and didn't make it in. Jessica Alba says that she auditioned for this movie and didn't make it.
Wow. I'm so sorry for her.
And Jessica Alba, as we know, she could play an invisible woman. So she has range.
She has range. I also love his name is Casey, like Casey Jones.
This guy, I love this guy. He's such a, I don't know, like, I don't even know if he's actually creepy in the movie, but just looking at him, he's so creepy.
You know what's kind of funny is that you're right. I think you get confused that this is like a Southern, because he looks like he should be a Texas football player and not an Ohio football player.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay.
Totally.
This movie's Texas coded.
It's Texas coded!
I'm getting a Texas aura.
Well, it's Robert Rodriguez, so he's just like...
It is Texas coded.
This is what a high school looks like, right?
Yeah.
I'm from Texas, I don't know.
Every Ohio high school has Selma Hayek as the nurse.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, it's something that, like, it seems trivial to some people, but, like, for me, the location of, like, the in-universe location of a story can
matter,
really, like, any of, like, Richard Linklater's movies, Austin, Texas is, like, its own character in those movies.
But I think that also depends on how much the director or the production is trying to include it.
Right, so. Exactly. I mean, you can make a movie that's from nowhere.
One could argue that Robert Rodriguez is such a Texas boy that this is Texas
This
coded.
is very Texas
because of Robert. Like,
it is
you can't help it.
So, Jon Stewart got cast in this movie because he had this talk show on MTV for a little bit.
Oh, I remember
that's
that.
Right,
and he interviewed Robert Rodriguez. And Robert Rodriguez thought that he was so talented that
he could act.
He cast him in this.
Mm-hmm.
The Megan Memorial fucking paper chopper used as a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Originated... Well, I don't know about here, but...
So,
that does...
Here, in this movie, the fingers move.
Mm-hmm.
In Robert Rodriguez's next movie, Spy Kids, the thumbs would become their own moving entities unto themselves.
Oh my God, the fingers! Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. This movie's hardcore, dude.
That's that would be painful.
I fucking love it. It's hardcore.
Oh man, that reminds me of... I just watched...
This is so cool, too. I'm sorry, like, the effects in this movie totally hold up.
A lot of them do, yeah. Like,
they hold up.
Some of the CGI is...
Oh no!
I mean, I am not bothered by...
I like how he looks like a broken robot.
It's also... This is the most amazing luck in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
That the first
time you put
first time you fight an alien,
you
manage
figure out how to kill it.
To find out that you have manufactured the means of its death.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's movies where that, like, you know, like Demon Knight, he tells them immediately, like, go for the eyes. Because they, like, for whatever reason, they didn't feel like they wanted the characters to have to figure that out.
In terms of storytelling, right? the destiny of these kids is to stop the apocalypse, the alien apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
So then they have to sort of get lucky or have that divine, like, okay,
sure.
all of these kids are put together for a reason. They all help in some way figure out what's going on, contribute to them, you know, getting to that place where they figure out what's going on. And so, yeah, it's like divine that they're all kind of coming together.
You know what the curly, I think he's curly-headed kid that we were just talking about, that he looks like he's from Texas?
Yeah.
You know what he is, what trope he is? He's the popular kid that everybody hates. Every school has at least one of these people. I know, because I was best friends with one of them.
Stan.
That's his character name? Stan?
Yes, Stan.
Stan.
They have such funny names. His name is Zeke. Josh Hartnett's name is Zeke. And then Casey. Stokely. Stokely. That's also the most lesbian name you could name a girl. I don't even think you're trying. And then her nickname doesn't get better. It's Stokes. She's just Jesus.
Yeah.
Delilah Prophet. That's her full name. It's the best.
That's a Southern Gothic ass name.
That is a Southern
Gothic. My name is Delilah Prophet.
Oh my
Mary
God.
Louise Beth Hutchinson is the name of the alien girl.
My name is Delilah Prophet.
Mary Louise
Beth Hutchinson. Yeah.
This is totally Southern Gothic.
Yeah. It's Texas coded.
It is. Like it's funny, but like yes, that's actually it. Really is. It's totally Texas coded.
Mary Beth Louise Hutchinson.
Is there like a specific like?
It's the most Southern Gothic name
Is there like
ever.
Is there like a specific like FEC or like SEC like that is like the South, like considered the South district in college football?
Oh, it's the SEC. Yeah,
SEC?
the Southeastern Conference. Yeah.
Zeke.
Although now it's like the conferences are all like coming together and dissolving and shit.
I feel like these are Texas coded names, maybe because I don't know. Did Robert change any of these names? Were these the original names?
As far as I know, this is Kevin.
This is Kevin.
As far as I know, he already used Dawson and Kate and Joe and Joey.
He really loves a weird name.
He likes
Dawson.
a quirky name, you know.
Pacey.
He can't just call someone Phil. Okay.
But you know that was kind of one of the success formulas for teenage shows in the late 90s having strange
iconic names.
Yeah,
names,
Buffy Summers, Willow, Rosenberg, Xander Harris. He didn't even go by Alex. His name is Alexander, but they were like, no, call him Xander.
Pacey.
Dawson Pacey. Yeah, like it was just like one of those things.
Steve Urkel. Yeah. I know.
Joey. You had a girl named Joey. You had a boy named Pacey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Michelle Williams' character had the most boring name. It was just Jen.
So.
Jen.
I love his seemingly meth lab that he has.
I know.
In his garage.
It's just
in the most chill way possible.
It's just a nice, quiet chemical.
No, there's 1 out of 1,000 people.
On animals. Oh no.
Who are going to manufacture MDMA, and it just so happens to be Zeke in this movie.
But, like, you can tell he's a fucking scientist. He has a whole fucking microscope set up. He knows how to dissect. What has he done in this room?
Also, I just had a flashback right now that we talked about this movie in 2020.
Damn.
During the, like, nascent beginning.
Oh, really?
Of Vunda Halloween-a-thon before it was originally called Vunda Halloween-a-thon.
I definitely had not seen it.
I think it was because you had first watched it.
See, now this is interesting to me.
I don't think I watched it until a couple of years later.
This is interesting to me, that the creature can take over animals, but why then hasn't it done it en masse? Like, you could technically kill everybody by just taking over all the deer. Yeah, I guess it's like they want...
humans are the top of the fucking food chain.
Exactly.
Well, I think the problem is
this world.
The deer can't go into the grocery store and buy a gallon of water.
That's true. But there was also part of me thinking that Mary Beth is trying to throw them off her scent.
Mary Beth.
So I feel like she has some sort of communication with...
He has nerdy glasses now!
I know, yeah, baby.
That's the only way to learn
Film
language, motherfucker.
Film language. She's a nerd. I feel like she has some sort of semblance of control over the other creatures, and maybe she was like, infect the mouse, you know? I don't know. Like, I never figured that out. If she had a telepathic sort of connection with them or not.
I don't feel...
He puts them on the back of his head like a dad.
I never felt like they were, like, totally a hive mind.
But somewhat.
You know?
Some semblance of a hive mind.
Like, there's some connection, but it's not
I thought
like...
they were.
It's not like they're, like, one unit.
No, not like super
It's
one
not like
unit.
they're one unit, like, feeding back and forth.
I think the unit was... The only concept was the idea of spreading. Like, once they got infected, it was like spread.
I think the... What's her name? What's the word for the first one?
The queen?
Is aware of everything.
Mary Beth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Mary Beth is aware of everybody.
Yeah.
But not because they put her with the good guy.
Not necessarily. No. But I think that's one of the reasons why she's sticking to this group, because she realizes that they're not being easily assimilated.
Mm-hmm.
So you got like everybody else is being assimilated. And I almost kind of, again, it's a destiny thing, I almost kind of feel like she sussed out these people as, like, the most resistant to authority, the most resistant to, in the school. So, is a way where she kind of almost
So I need to do something a little bit more sophisticated.
Like, she kind of wanted to get
to bring
them,
these people out.
like, psychologically. Like,
maybe she was trying to learn about humanity from them.
Maybe.
Because, first you do Ohio, then then you do Tacoma, Reno.
Ohio is a state. Tacoma is not a state. What are you doing?
Okay, hold the line. Do the commentary. I'll be right back. Continue.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. We're good. We got this.
An alien came! Oh no!
Josh Hartnett's hair. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh god, Josh Hartnett's hair. Yo, I have to say, you think about these shitty schools that had, like, no budgets, but yet they had the football team. How much money were they shelling out for these goddamn leather jackets? Those things are not cheap.
Yeah, those are,
Like, way to show your priority, like, to the kids in the school.
Those are, like, at least $100 a pop.
At least, in that day and age, they're more now.
Right. No, for sure.
Whoa!
Ooh,
you see, look at that.
Diving, yeah.
She's not a lesbian. That was a hoax. No, not.
It was a hoax. Yeah, it's still. No, I was just faking the lesbian. Yeah. I'm totally not. What do you know?
What are you doing in Ohio anyway? Yes, we're asking that alien lady. What are you doing there?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, yeah, you always kind of wonder, like, how did she get there? Obviously, you don't need to explain it, but how did she get there? Did she crash in a meteorite? Did she, like, come down with something? Like, because why is she in? Is it? I feel like a lot of times when aliens end up in places they shouldn't, it's because they got stuck there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when she goes, it's not my choice. I feel like she's not trying to. Obviously, she's trying to imply to them that her parents brought her here, but I think it's. She ended up here somehow.
That's
like,
kind of like the scariest thing. It's like why Cloverfield is so scary. It's like this newborn baby who is like landed in some place that it's not supposed to be. It's scared out of its mind, and because it's so huge, when it's scared out of its mind, it destroys everything.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like one of the scariest things.
This is definitely
something that can't
Steven
control.
has walked back in more attractive than when he left. And thirsty.
Oh no!
Hey, every human.
I'm thirsty too, actually.
Oh shit, I'm alone. Let me drink my diuretic. Iced coffee. Oh no, I'm out of iced coffee!
You're in danger.
So this is definitely the theme that I dare theme, if you dare theme, because they all have to get high to prevent.
And I love
to prevent any
this is a great scene to steal of like mixing the thing with drug use. Like, this is basically like Fear and Loathing.
This is awesome.
And the thing all in one.
It's a thing scene, but it's done in such a cool way. It's like go get high, bitch.
And I actually am really annoyed when they do like the flashback and show that she like opened the pen cap and let it leak out. Yeah. Like I feel like if I was a teen in that situation, I'd be like, yo bitch, you dropped that shit on the floor. What the fuck?
They didn't notice because
what's that powder on the floor?
But she timed it perfectly with Delilah being caught.
God damn, are you guys thirsty? I'm fucking thirsty.
Oh God!
I'm parched.
I'm out of iced coffee. Someone give me some crack.
So, guns are cool. Smoking is cool.
Drugs are
also cool.
I want to put drugs in pens
and snort them.
I
will say, he says that this is ingenious, but, I mean, everyone's going to see that white powder in them pens, boy. I guess they have to just make sure they snort it before
give me some of that not cocaine pen. Hook a brother up. Yo, you got any of those?
I'm going to put that hack drug up my
You got any of those big pens?
It's so 80s.
Oh my God.
Aliens are taking over the earth. Wait.
Am I dumb for just now realizing that this is straight from The Thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it. We were just mentioning it.
Okay, alright. Yeah. Like
hey,
it's literally the blood
You
test.
steal from the classics, baby.
Of course, yeah.
And that's what we were talking about. We love the fact that they turned it into drug use because it's such a teenage thing. Like, they turned it into peer pressure.
Right.
Do drugs, kids. That's why Kevin Williamson's a fucking G.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's smart.
That's good shit.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, for people on the podcast, I was out of the room for that, so I'm not, like, completely...
I didn't zone out totally.
Fucking dead to the world.
Clea Duvall says that she had a lot of fun making this movie, and that it was mostly night shoots. So a bunch of hopped-up young actors doing night shoots, like, running around pretending to be taken over by aliens. Snorting cocaine. They had a good time. I'm glad. Sometimes you see a movie and it does look like they just had fun making it. This is one of those movies.
I love how, like, there's such a difference between...
See, the way that she's looking at her, it's like she knows that she's, like, the head alien. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so she's, like, taking her cue from her. Yeah.
There's such a difference between actors who have never done a drug before acting like they're on drugs.
Yeah.
And actors who know what it's like to be on drugs acting like they're on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there's no in between there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you either know how to do it or you're just comically bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's always this issue with people doing that who have never been on it to do too much. They always go overboard. You know, like when they're drunk, it's always like too much movement.
I feel like this same effect of like worms in someone's face or something. Yeah. If they did it now in a movie, it wouldn't look half as good as this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it looks fucking good.
Is it just because it's shot on film that it just makes everything look better?
I mean, it's not exactly the same effect, but in Sea Fever, they have the worms that are in their eyes. Mm-hmm. That shit looks fucking sick.
So yeah, that moment between Delilah and Mary Beth is why I think she must have some sort of rudimentary communication with all the aliens. Mm-hmm. Because she totally looked at her and said, "You have to take the fall. Like, I'm not getting found out. I'm still having my fun."
Well, obviously you can't lose your
because why, at this point, why did Mary Beth not just, if she's outnumbers them technically, she's two of them, they barely can fight off one of them.
Right.
So, like,
maybe
why not?
It's only telepathy, line of sight telepathy?
Maybe, I don't know. Isn't that just called communication? Like body language?
Yeah, it's line of sight telepathy?
Line of sight body
You're telling me I'm a telepath? With my eyes.
So we were discussing, like, Mary Beth says at one point that she didn't choose to be here, so we think that, like, maybe the reason why she's in Ohio is because she landed there accidentally. Like, maybe she just crash landed or something. Well, so we don't know her origins, but, like, maybe she just crash landed here and it's just like an accident.
How far is Ohio from Roswell, New Mexico?
Pretty far.
Let's go.
One is in Nevada and one is in Ohio. Ohio's over here, Nevada's over here.
Yeah, maybe they walk.
Maybe we won't. Maybe she was aiming for the Great Lakes and she missed.
So the marching band that's used in this movie,
in the scene,
is the same marching band that is from the high school of George W. Bush's daughters, Barbara Bush.
Oh, another Texas coded.
And Laura Bush.
This it really is.
It's Texas
totally
coded.
Texas coded.
Because they used Texas people for this shit. They had to use Texas extras because they filmed in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So really,
in Texas,
they should just go back, rewrite this, and be like, Texas. Like when he says Ohio.
Steven was right. Then why didn't they make this set in Texas? There's we've already come up with at least 5 reasons why it would make more sense for this to be set in Texas.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, that's right. Ursher got the flow. Kills.
Ursher.
Damn, this is cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Football is
But see,
serious.
what's so great is
in Ohio.
Also, when do you get a first down and get pyro?
What I kind of love is how Ken Williamson's screenplay, taking the story, whatever, turns all these high school tropes into but it's aliens. But it's aliens.
Yeah,
And that's fun. It's they coach, the intense football town is aliens. It's aliens.
All the hallmarks of conformity.
Yeah, exactly.
Are askewed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is kind of the message here too. It's the conformity is the dangerous thing.
Right.
The fitting into and these kids are only free when they break out of the roles that they were constantly obsessed with. And maybe the reason why Delilah was one of the first to go down is because she couldn't escape that role of the popular girl. She couldn't get out of it. Whereas the other kids, Casey desperately wants to get out of it. The jock is trying to get out of it, Stan. Stokely already is out of it because she refuses to conform to their bullshit. And Mary Beth, obviously is pretending to just not be there.
Whoa, see, there's a lot of hot teachers.
Yeah, there are a lot of hot teachers.
In this movie.
And yet, I feel that if I said Famke Janssen was the hottest one,
Danny, I'm thinking from my libido, not from your libido.
Whatever.
Okay?
See, and it's kind of interesting because I kind of feel like Mary Beth is a little sad that this has to happen. She doesn't want to sacrifice any of her little worms, but she has to. Because she can't expose herself.
I feel like if you made this movie today, you couldn't have them pull a gun in school like this.
Oh, no!
We're going to solve it. I brought my gun to school.
That's another way this is Texas coded, okay? There's just guns everywhere. Oh my
God. And then I'll shoot her.
Are you on drugs?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah, man.
Bang.
I'm cool.
The cool guy has to, yes.
Cool people, murder.
And also, dude, that is a straight headshot. That's not easy. They always make that make it look so easy in movies. That's not easy. That guy's a G.
He was 2 feet away.
He's also 6 feet tall, so I guess maybe it makes it easier. I just love that they all have to get hotter.
Even her death is hot. She's all
she's sprawled out No.
Yeah. I like 90s CGI. I don't care. I don't care how bad it looks or how dated it is.
I think it looks good in this movie. I think sometimes if they couldn't get the compositing right, it looks like it's out of place in scenes. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that it looks out of place in this. So
it looks good for the time for sure. For 1998, for me, that's fucking.
And then there's such cool mix of practical effects too, the digital, and it adds an element of cool.
Mm-hmm.
You already shot her. She's dead.
He's just I'm so cool. I just want to aim this gun one more time. Look cool. Yeah, look at me. I'm gunslinger.
I feel like he's trying to do action movie voice.
He is, right? He's like,
you gotta stay here.
I'll handle this. I'll check it out.
I couldn't shoot her, but I got this one.
See, Mary Beth is also, like, waiting until they, like, whittle themselves down, like, one by one.
You can't split up. But then you gotta split up.
You always gotta split up. Yeah,
oh,
sure.
God.
Sure. Totally.
She just wants to try it. When she goes to college, she'll figure it out.
She'll be like, I'm gay.
See, I just want to have never
done that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Before she just totally turned to women because she's a lesbian.
She's like, yep, now I know.
I know, I'm a giant lesbian. Thank you. He's like, I thought you were a big old
Josh Hartnett. That was the best reaction.
Oh, I love this moment. It's such a cool, creepy moment.
Oh, good. You found the coach. Good.
Just hanging out in the rain.
No.
Dog.
You don't know if he's an alien, bro? Run.
What's wrong with your face, bro?
Hey, man. How's it going? No drink, no food, no smoking. See, I wish I'd never come here. I don't like this place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nah, son.
I don't trust you.
If they had made...
Do some drugs.
If they were, like, marketing this movie now, they would have, like...
They couldn't make it.
Pictures of, like, all the suspects.
Yeah.
Of the professors, and they'd all be, like, A-list actors.
Yeah.
And it would be, like, crossing off, like, which one is it?
Which one is it? They couldn't make this movie now. There's, like, too much about it that they can't make now. There's, like...
I don't know, like... I could see this being, like, sort of a little bit more of an indie where they just, like, there's, like, way more drugs and way more...
But I also just feel like high schools are different now. Kids are different. And I'm not saying that there's not bullying, but it's just that bullying would be really different. You also have to contend with mobile phones.
They almost would have to
have cell phones now.
Make it a period piece.
Yeah.
From the 90s.
Exactly.
Like,
so then why do that? Why just not just keep the original? Because seriously, like, with cell phones, the first person who saw their fucking brother turn into an alien would be like, there's aliens, bro! And then, like, if it's over, it's done.
Except no one would believe it.
Yeah.
Fucking pain. I'll show you pain.
That was his dark side.
That was his dark side. Yeah. Hot.
He's a bad boy.
Listen, I had to type in the 90s on my TV shows. They gotta be broody and they gotta be naughty. This was just a thing. I had to. That's one of the reasons I couldn't like Dawson's Creek. Because everyone was like, oh, Pacey's the bad boy. I'm like, he's not bad enough for me. He's stupid. It's like Gilmore Girls, like, oh, Rory's the bad boy, whichever the fucking one was the bad boy. I'm like, these are barely milquetoast children.
I'm sorry.
Give me a vampire!
No. Hold up. I like Dawson's Creek, but Pacey's the bad boy?
Yes, he was considered the bad boy.
Lord.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Not
he was
at all.
Because he was like moodier and he was like emo.
He was just fucking emo. That's what it was.
Well, didn't
he fuck his teacher?
Yes. Pacey
that's why he was a bad boy, because he fucked his teacher.
Because he fucked his teacher, yeah, that's true. See, there you go.
Like, the only bad thing.
But, like, for me, I was like, no, I need a vampire. I can't. My bad boy has to literally be paranormal or in a paranormal situation. That's the way I was. I was just like, vampires, werewolves, fucking beasts. That's what I want. I was a monster fucker since a young age.
Day one,
since a young age. Give me the monsters.
Yeah.
Oh no, Stan put on a jersey and now he's conformed.
This is a super cool, like, ultra simple location for a scene like this. Just like a bus graveyard.
The closest thing I got...
And they're just like sneaking between the buses. I love that.
Yeah, I love it too. I watched like some of the non-paranormal shows I watched. I watched One Tree Hill, but only up to like a couple seasons, and then I got bored. And then I also watched... Shoot. Oh man, I can't remember.
Seventh
Oh my
Heaven?
god, she's even hotter when she's
Heaven.
verbally abusing him.
Hell yeah, baby. And then she got that cute like tank top on. Like yeah, she's really cute.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
With a butterfly, it's symbolizing
Come, my lady.
her metaphor.
Her metaphor.
Yeah. What is it called? Metamorphosis.
Her metamorphosis, yeah, into a sexy alien. Come, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my butterfly, sugar.
Did he die this year?
Did he? Oh no.
The singer, yeah.
He did.
What?
Yeah.
The singer of Crazy
Oh,
Town is
Felicity.
dead?
Felicity was the other non-paranormal show I
okay.
watched, but Felicity took place in college, and so they were more adult. And
Gilmore Girls? You weren't a Gilmore Girls person?
No, couldn't deal with it. I felt like I don't know. I just couldn't. My heart was for Buffy, man. I really was like a Buffy girl. I wasn't interested in all that shit.
I remember.
Yeah, you remember. Thank you. And then I got into Roswell. I got into like the paranormal shit, like the drama, the teen melodrama shit like that. I didn't like, everyone else liked the way they spoke in Gilmore Girls, and I found it annoying when I was young. I couldn't deal with, like, the...
And it's the same Dawson's Creek thing. Like
yeah, I couldn't deal with it.
It's something that you either like it or you don't. I enjoyed
it,
but, like, I totally get why people...
I hated Dawson so much that I couldn't watch that show. I was very anti-James Vanderbeek for a very long time,
Not only that, but Dawson, the character, was kind of an
asshole.
Dick, man. Like,
yeah, man.
I just was always
annoyed.
I was just always annoyed that Dawson was such a Spielberg.
I know.
Fucking like he's so cool and original for liking Spielberg.
I know, right? No, he thinks he's like so.
See,
yeah, like he makes it like a cinephile thing, and it's like, dude, you're like fucking Spielberg. Like, what the fuck?
You're a dork.
You're the most mainstream cookie cutter motherfucker.
What I love so much about this this kind of thing is that when Zeke, it feels like he's in the power position. He feels like way into this. But then if you look at this metaphorically and not just like she's an alien. That was
a good yeet out of the car right
there.
That
was a good yeet. When she puts herself in the power position, like she's trying to seduce him, he like completely freaks out. So like even like if you're not looking at it like from the literal sense in the story that she's an alien now, if you're looking from the metaphorical sense, it's like he needs to have the power over her. But he really doesn't. Because at the end of the day, like she's a teacher. She should not be hitting on students. Naughty. She should not be dating students.
She can just give him a little head. That's what we all want.
See, and this kind of technically implies that they're immortal as long as they've got the worm inside of them, because it literally puts her back together.
Well, the body becomes like a husk.
Yeah.
You know, with just the worms spreading inside of it.
But then it's kind of like fairy tale-ish that when they kill the original monster, they all just go back to normal and their body parts are fine. And they're not desiccated beyond repair.
No, totally, yeah.
I'd be interested.
Everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see how much of this is Kevin Williamson's script, because I feel like this is Robert Rodriguez having fun with aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And making it more like, cartoony and visual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the head's gotta come off. Oh yeah, this.
Yeah.
And then it walks around like in the thing, but with the tentacles.
See, and this is also such an interesting thing, right? Like, you're telling me that there's no queer subtext here when the last two people together are the girl that is gay but not gay but pretending to be gay, whatever the fuck, and then Mary Beth.
The queen?
Mm-hmm. Mary Beth Louise Hutchinson, who's like, I just wanted to like...
They're damsels, so they need to stay...
Yeah,
damned.
Mm-hmm. Damned.
Damned.
See, and it's also a subversion to this came around the 90s where they started playing with the idea that, like, the girl's the bad guy now, or the girl is the person in power, and, like... See, but this is, like...
Uh-oh.
Come on now.
Aren't you tired of being something you're not?
And that's kind of interesting. So, like, I know I am, oh my god, queer, gay, like, that's some subtext. But you can also say, like, if her southern accent is the implication that she's the ultimate conformist, because she's, like, an even southerner, like, she sounds like a preacher's daughter, you know?
Yeah, she does.
Like, so then is she like, oh.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, that looks fucking awesome.
It does, yeah.
Thank you. you, and then look at that, and that's a puppet.
Yeah,
that looks fucking.
It's fucking cool. I don't believe any. Look how I'm sorry.
This is done really smartly too, because for the CGI parts, it's like kind of far away.
That was the other thing too, is that I kind of feel like at the time, good directors kind of knew when to play with the shots, because they knew sometimes it didn't look good and sometimes it did. You know. Oh.
The best is always a mix. Things, you know?
I'm watching, like, trying to watch really carefully, and the number of times they go from CGI to practical to CGI to practical in this scene, like rapid fire.
Yeah. And you can't always tell. You can't
tell
exactly
I mean, like it's seamless. Like I'm looking for it, obviously, but it's completely seamless.
I'm telling you, it's the editing too, like the editing of the
fast editing, like without giving you time to visually process completely, you know.
And Steven might be right. The film aspect of it also might end a graininess that allows the effects to look a little bit more.
Yes.
You know, put like normal in the shot.
Like when you remaster.
Like, see, that is a puppet. Amazing. That's a fucking puppet. It's so cool. That
was fucking amazing.
I fucking love this alien. She's one of my favorite creature designs ever. Like, I love her. It's cool.
It's very cosmic.
And
horror.
It's also very feminine. Like when you look at her full outfit, like she's got kind of like this tapered waist and like, so it's like even in that form, you know. And see, oh my god, that shot with the shadow, it's so cool.
That was dope. That transformation.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. And then my favorite thing too is coming up when she walks in the lockers. Watch her shadow is so neat.
Right.
They killed it with this. I'm sorry. This is like such a good creature.
Some people would disagree.
I bet.
But I think Robert Rodriguez's some of his best work is when he has another writer.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like From Dusk Till Dawn and The Faculty.
Yeah, I agree.
Are like
I don't
overall, like just like such strong movies that I feel like he elevates. The writing and the writing elevates him, and it's symbiotic.
Well, especially like From Dusk Till Dawn, his best friend wrote it. You know, like so they were playing off each other in a way that nobody else probably could. But yeah, this movie too. Like, did he? What other movie? Like, did he write the Spy Kids?
Yeah, he wrote all the Spy Kids. He wrote all the mariachis. He wrote.
Yeah,
technically, he didn't write Sin City. Technically.
Right.
Frank Miller wrote it, so that's also, big success.
Yeah, he spun that into, like, something.
See, look, she even made sure it wasn't ever going to get in her body. Yeah, she, like, covered
See, but that's bullshit.
No one noticed that?
I would have noticed that.
Yeah. But remember there was the distraction.
No, but literally, I think it's, like, bullshit. Like, I think I'm pretty sure I've checked it. The blue cap is on when she, like, pulls it back up.
No, she pulled.
And they tested everyone individually, so they're staring at her while she's.
No, but remember,
Delilah did at the same time.
And then Delilah freaked out, and so they were like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
And then she pretended to have the side effects of being drugged out.
Yeah. She was a good liar.
I guess if you're going to be an alien invader, your greatest resource is lying, huh?
My thing is, you gotta sniff it. Maybe you can just put it on your
Men
tongue.
in Black your ass. There's so much drug use in this movie.
There's a lot of drug use in this movie.
But it's all like utilitarian.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a fantasy drug, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, I don't know anybody sucking off pen caps.
No, yeah. It's like so silly.
To get their fix.
Yeah.
Look how this is lit. Fuck.
I love it. This movie's good.
And then it takes the locations where there would be like the most teen awkwardness.
And turns
the
them
locker
into
room
zones,
and makes them the most
the swimming pool, the gym,
stressful place.
Yep.
All the places
game,
you dread the most.
The high school football
especially
game.
As an outcast, like the football game, Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, ripped his hair out. Fuck. Let that be a lesson to you kids. Shave your head. If you find yourself in a horror movie.
See, and then they do this cool thing with shadows to sort of, it's part of, I think it's kind of a way to budget, sort of like budget fear, but like it's old school movie tricks. See, like that. I love this shit.
And that's a digital shadow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But
Doing
it's
its
so
thing. It's fucking
cool.
awesome.
It's so cool.
It looks dope.
It's old school. It's fun.
And that's a good example of, like, something doesn't have to look 100% real to look awesome.
No, but it's thematic, it's stylistic.
I think it's also, what I also love about this moment is it's kind of like the rule of cool for a movie. Like, why would it make sense that her shadow has tentacles? Like,
no,
it doesn't matter. It's fucking cool and it looks awesome.
Exactly.
And it makes her look terrifying. Like, her tentacles are reaching out to find Casey as she's searching for him.
I think people minimize the importance sometimes of just, like, fucking everything and doing something that's cool.
In modern
times,
sometimes people want so much over-explanation because they've been tainted by some of that, like, YouTube sort of film criticism that it's so silly to see the things people argue about. Like, oh, that's not realistic. Sure. I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes rules only have to make sense in the context of the movie itself. In the movie, she's an alien, so she can do whatever the fuck she wants.
The one I hate the most is that ending of Last Jedi. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Shut the fuck up. When I saw that in the theater for the first time, I almost died. What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Just shut up and enjoy a movie.
Why don't they always do that? The argument I'll accept is like, I wanted Luke to do more shit. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no shit, but I will.
He's an old man.
Maybe you should go yell at J.J. Abrams. Anyway, moving on. I'll forever be bitter, forevermore, for the rest of my life.
Can't go with that.
When I'm 85 in the home, I'll be like, man, Rian Johnson's the greatest Star Wars director ever, and someone will punch me or something. I don't know. Get in a fight with another person at the home.
See, then it's obscure, and then you go to the physical. Oh,
yeah, so it's cool.
Good.
And then, man, I've had nightmares.
Oh, that's,
Yeah, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
When I first watched this, I didn't even know that bleachers did that. I didn't know that was a thing that schools had because we never had things like that in schools I went to.
Yeah,
I remember.
You guys didn't have a cool gymnasium.
No, sorry, I went to art school.
The place I went to after school, I remember we used to, like, climb up and sit on the top of them.
I went to an art school. We didn't have a whole gym. Even Southwood didn't have anything like this.
Well, yeah, Southwood is also a magnet.
Yeah, but it was somewhat of a normal school.
Oh.
See, this is so cool. And that's all puppet. That's all puppet.
Oh, man, yeah. That looks dope.
That's like all makeup, puppetry. Yeah, like it's so cool.
Look at his fucking face.
It's the best. It's the best. I fucking love it so much.
Oh my god, the drippies.
Yeah. See, but I really do. I love her alien design. She's so beautiful and feminine as an alien. Like, it's gorgeous.
The, like, horn teeth that she has on either side. Oh, man. That's tentacles and
I also enjoy how, like...
And the sheen of the skin there. Like, that bluish hue to it is, like, it's so cosmic.
I also really enjoyed how non-human they made her, like, in her final form. Like... You know, they could have just done, but they wanted to go big, and they wanted to go just totally balls to the wall, like,
weird. It's fucking Robert Rodriguez. Of course. It's like, we're gonna make a fucking giant monster. No, this is happening. Now everything's normal again.
See, like, it would make sense for me if, like, she maybe didn't get desiccated right away because she had just been infected, but what about the coach? He's been a weird alien for a long time. He's had
worms eating his insides and replacing them for weeks
a while.
Now. It would be great if there was a sequel and it was like, it just improved their dispositions. They're all so nice now.
They assimilated the aliens into their systems and they made them more intelligent. What is he doing on the
He's got a concussion. He's concussed. 1 month later.
You said fuck pukes.
Things you could totally call high school children.
Yeah, that's totally.
Yeah. In Texas! Because it's Texas coded.
Yeah, totally Texas.
Yeah, you make sure Usher lives or he's not going to be in this movie.
See, but she kept the bangs. She went back to the cutesy, but she kept the bang. My thing too is what is hilarious to me.
Let me smoke this cigarette.
Right? But why would it's so funny? Why would you want to play football, dude? Like you're like go to chemistry class, and then I guess
I maybe my justification is getting his kill.
Yeah.
You know, and like he wanted
more. He needed an outlet.
He needs an outlet now for his frustration with the bangs of shit.
I also personally think that it maybe helps get his sexual frustration out. Like if the lesbian. If
they had to end up together because they both have freckles.
They had to mess with her. They had to Ali Sheedy her, okay? And give her that pastel sweater bullshit. Yeah, I know, the saddest thing in the world.
They borrowed that from fucking Breakfast Club too.
Yeah.
Hero or hoax, he's so famous. But he saved the school.
And he made his hair better.
Yes.
I got a haircut on my presser.
Oh shit! See,
he's popular now.
He's popular now because he saved the world.
It's a good thing we didn't kill you. Because now I get to fuck you.
I'd like to think that Mrs. Burke is like, we can't have sex until you're like out of high school because that's like weird. Also, you know what's kind of I think it's implied that he's a dropout, like that he had to repeat the grade. So he's older, and that's another thing. That's kind of the thing. It's like he's older than these other kids because he had to like repeat school.
The only plot line that they left unresolved is like Casey's dad should have driven up and been like, "I'm proud of you now, son.
You did it, son."
Forever.
Jump scare.
Fuck you, Bob and Harvey.
But I think what's kind of cool is at the end, it's sort of the implication that they don't.
Marco Beltrami.
They no longer need validation in that way. Like they've all figured out how to find the validation in other ways, so they don't need.
And I love
the
this.
parental.
I love a movie that shows the face of the actor next to their title card.
Me too. It's so like old school.
But it's like a play, and this is like them like taking a bow to me.
I can't believe how little Selma Hayek was in this movie.
Yeah.
Just a cameo.
Yeah.
Usher
Raymond.
Ooh, yeah. He lived.
So they're implying that he lost his fingers and his eye.
But he lived. He lived, but he died.
But the principal died because she got shot right in the damn head and then turned into mush.
Well, that's because he shot her in the head. That was a bad move, I guess.
Oh, I really love the inclusion of the abusive couple, like the toxic relationship.
Summer Phoenix is also in SLC Punk. That's interesting.
Oh, there you go.
Well, it all comes back. Wow, I think we've learned a lot.
Definitely.
This time around.
I feel like this conversation became a retrospective on all the things we watched in the 90s. Like the teen show, the teen environment.
It's Kevin Williamson. We were checking out his DNA and other things and analyzing it in a very sophisticated way.
I had a good time.
Any final thoughts for Creature Comforts today, D-Rock?
I don't know. I might be coming around on this movie, maybe. I might check it out again.
Yay!
Give it another shot.
Fuck you, girl, and fuck you, boy. What a great...
Fuck up number one, fuck up number two.
Damn, Robert. Robert with the great character names. Let's go.
Ooh, puppeteers. Nice. Mm-hmm. A lot of puppeteers.
Danny...
That's fucking 10 puppeteers just for that one...
If the hot slacker who makes crack in his basement tells you to do his crack, do his crack, I guess. Make out.
Yeah.
Do his crack.
Yeah, no matter how bad...
It's cocaine.
No matter how bad his haircut is.
No matter how bad his haircut is.
Yeah.
If his swag's on point.
The worse his haircut is, the more you can trust him.
Exactly. Totally.
Probably.
I
learned a lot about that Dani wrote fanfic for the faculty. I didn't know that.
Yes, I did.
My mind is blown.
It's probably completely lost to the ether. But I only vaguely remember the plot, but I did. I was very...
How could it be lost? It's called an archive of our own.
No, this was before Archive of Our Own, baby. We were not we were in the dark times, honey. It was fanforum.com. It was GeoCities. It was like individual. It was fanfiction.net that got purged. I didn't even think I posted that story.
Are there still even .net?
Yeah,
anymore?
fanfiction.net still exists. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it's limping along.
Yeah.
That's like that was like if you said your email had like a .net.
Yeah.
That was like, damn, you're broke.
Cool. You're broke.
Bro. You're broke or you're late. You couldn't get your .com time.
These kids don't know how good they have it. They are so spoiled.
Can't even get an AOL. Like.
Okay, they are spoiled. I have had to go searching for old fanfics of mine from old websites that, like, from the grace of God, somebody decided to archive.
Wow.
Okay, but they don't exist. I have, like, old links of things that I found, which, like, defunct websites that barely limping along, and the only thing they have is, like...
Studio teacher, David the math guy.
David the math guy. See, that's how you know they were underage kids here, because they had to have a teacher.
And thanks to Tommy Jeans, who we
That's right.
promoted.
No, Tommy Hilfiger. They did a photo shoot for this movie to advertise. Yeah. And that was
Product Synergy.
In 1998, too. That was the peak of Tommy Hilfiger. 1998.
You were fucking cool.
Yeah.
I remember wanting Tommy Hilfiger everything so bad.
Yeah,
I had some Tommy Hilfiger.
In Austin, Texas, yeah.
Sure. I didn't have any Tommy Hilfiger.
Totally Texas code.
I was too poor for Tommy Hilfiger.
No, I went to Marshalls and I hunted that.
Marshalls for the secondhand shit, yeah, man.
I also changed my style like every week. I always was playing around with like what I wanted to look like, and I couldn't figure it out, so I would change things. And, yeah. Also, I was a fat girl, so it was hard to find clothes.
I have been Steven.
I have been D-Rock, and I am afraid of Sabrina Carpenter.
I have been Dani, and I have also been Dani's youthful trauma.
Check us out on Twitter at Wundacast, at Wundablog, and all of our updates and information is over at Wundablog.com.
Boo.
Remember, kids, when you have a really attractive teacher in your high school, if you chop off their head and they're possessed by an alien, maybe you too can have a long-term relationship with them.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
Hail Wunder.
Hail Wunder.
Wundercast? Give it up for Wundercast, man. What an adorable name.
You're listening to the Wundacast.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, Green Ranger. You're listening to Wundercast.
You can find it at Wundacast, and I know they love Effie.
The clock strikes the 4 o'clock hour. What will you do, child, but turn your computers to radiate.fm to sup deep the cup of
Subscribe
Wundacast
to the Wundacast
with your hosts Steven, D-Rock, and Dani.